Good morning. So I'm thinking lately about the easiest way to eat on the road. Here's one breakfast idea that I've been having. Plus, I adore fruit. An apple, peeled and cut. A pear, not peeled but cut. An orange. And a banana. Some pecans. And some pumpkin pie spice. Now, I'm going to probably have apple pie spice to make my life easier, and even though I can't taste, I do get the sensation that there's spice. So I'm probably going to have sorry about that turn. I'm probably going to have a bottle of apple pie spice, and then one of Italian, one with Oriental seasoning, one with Indian seasoning, like curry. And those will be my mainstays for when I want to go spicy. More to come. This was the cooler I had planned to take with me, but it's coming apart along the seam and will not be very good for keeping things cool. So I guess I'll leave this behind for the kids. And yeah. So, those are expenses you don't want to incur, but it happens. Okay, so what are we doing today? I'm going to take you through a box of what I've got left. I mentioned I have stuff left. Even though the paper is gone, the other stuff is not. I hope this is filming correctly because I can't see through the camera the way I did it this morning. I had it reversed and looking outward instead of being able to see myself and what was on the camera. So this is Dollhouse Miniatures. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to, I'm going to unwrap it and inventory it. And this woman wants it. So she said she wants all of it. So we'll see how true or false that is. Let me see where the frame of reference is. Okay, just a little beyond the box. So I'm gonna inventory as I go. It looks like this is the bottom of a little table. I think I remember that. And this is a little doll. I'll have to look her up. It says Amish girl. I don't see a make or tags. She has rubbery legs, so she's a little earlier. Rubbery body. Isn't she adorable? So, I've just got, whoa, too much wind. I just got too much, oh my gosh, a miniature of glass ornaments in a box. That is adorable. They're glass. They're dirty, but they're glass. Like that. I don't know, some of this stuff is definitely doll show worthy. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. An old sled, and this one's signed 1983. And whoever made it. Nice work. It says flexible flyer. He made his own little flexible flyer. I don't know if that's the maker or if it's when they gave the gift. Now, this is from a dollhouse that we bought, Dennis and I bought years ago for $10. It was huge. It was handmade by their father. And the amount of miniatures in it was phenomenal. He had been collecting for years and years and years. This must have been for the house. It's broken. Too bad. Anyway, so, no matter what I sell this stuff for, I'm making money. I don't like to, of course, like, screw up and lose a lot of money. But here's a nice little wood lawn chair, like they had from the 50s, and they do remakes in plastic and wood these days. But these were very popular in the 60s, 50s and 60s. Whoa. I don't know if I can do this. The wind suddenly picked up. That's Florida for you. I do need to inventory this stuff, but what I might have to do is have a separate box. And yeah, I do not want this stuff. I don't want the American Flyer to go flying. So, gives you an idea of what's in here. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do this the way I wanted to. Whoa, there goes the American flag in my tape. Three cheers for the red, white, and blue. Van life is going to be a little pricey to start. Now I need a cooler, and I'm going to want a really well-insulated cooler, though. I remember one time Bob Wells on Cheap RV Living, he said you can take any ordinary cooler and just glue the outside with anything insulatable. He even recommended, what do you call it? Reflectix, but I'm not overly fond about Reflectix. I may change my mind in the summers, but I'm gonna look into, when I did my trip a year ago from this past September and I went up north, I had that cooler with me in a little red cooler, and or just the blue one, I'm not sure. I wanted to bring Tripoli pizza back home to my kids. It's a big New England thing, and it's really sweet and delicious. The sauce, it's just beautiful. It's this flat, crusty pizza dough, and the cheeses are just, I don't know, the way he mixes them. I think he uses white cheddar and Monterey Jack, I think the guy told me, rather than mozzarella. The flavor's phenomenal. It's just delicious, and their sauce is like second to none. I just love it. So I bought the frozen, and I bought a big giant block of ice and put that on the bottom, and I stuck the frozen pizza, in an insulated bag and put that on top of the block of ice, and that block of ice barely melted the whole way down because I covered it with a comforter. I covered the cooler with a comforter as I traveled. I was really worried once I hit the south because it's warm in September, really warm. And it was October, the first week that I came home, and so I could just buy the cheapest large cooler that I can, and either cover it with blankets, because I got some wool blankets I'm going to use, or, I think I got rid of all the old comforters, or I gave them to the people that bought the place. So somehow I will add insulation to my cooler. Now, I'm not going to be traveling with meat and stuff because it just isn't a good idea. You can buy, if you want milk, you can buy milk in the little boxes, even almond milk, and individual use. They don't have to be refrigerated. So that's some of the ideas of what I want to do. I need to have things organized. I'm one who, I want a place for everything and everything in its place. That's really important to me. I already have all my kitchen stuff ready, and it's somewhere in a box in storage. I'm still downsizing my personal stuff, and I gotta tell you, it ain't easy. I've got a lot of business stuff still from my late husband, and somebody was concerned that, you gotta pay taxes on it, so I looked into the issue. I'm like, how does this work, My husband paid for it. He died before we could ever sell it off, and it's considered part of my inheritance from him. An inheritance is not taxable even if you sell the items. So thank God I don't have to worry about that. I don't usually, and I checked my, I'm nowhere near 600. I don't even think I'm anywhere near 300 on my YouTube pay, my AdSense. So I won't have to worry about that with the Biden administration's, new change in what you can keep to yourself and what you can't. Of course, he's for the little people, so that's why he put it down to $600 instead of $20,000. Yeah. So, I'm going to have to be careful of all that, especially in the new year. I don't know if my channel ever took off, but it's not looking good. Sometimes it's like those one-hit wonders during the 60s. A band had a hit and that was the end of them. That's pretty much, I think, how it happened for me. I had my 190,000 view video, and it just, I'm over 1,500 now subscribers, but that can change in a heartbeat, you need to make something like this worthwhile, because I have to remember that with the pay that I'll be getting starting January, I can only make $179 more. That's it. A month before I will lose important benefits. I don't want to lose those benefits, not for a lousy, 100 a month, if that. So, I'm going to have to assess the whole situation come March, see what I'm actually making, and possibly, if it's still at like 50, 60 a month that I'm making, that's okay. If it goes beyond the 179, but not a lot more, I'm just going to have to, And as far as gifts are concerned, that's why when I put on my PayPal friends and family, I consider those gifts. You can have gifts up to $15,000 without being taxed, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get anywhere close to that. So I'm not too worried about that, and I may concentrate on Rachel's business and see after I sell off what's left still from my late husband's business. But back to living in a van. So I want to keep things really simple with food. I want to keep it to fruits, vegetables, some grains. And because I'm a compulsive eater, and I'm an emotional eater. And if it's not there, I can't eat it. I love to crunch, but of course the kind of crunch I want is crackers and chips, which are high fat, not good for you, full of crap processed food, as you know that. You look on the back of the box and there's like 200 ingredients and you don't recognize most of them. I'm going to try to stick with celery and carrots for crunch time, and sweeter fruits for fruit time. I use a little bit of maple syrup, and I'm going to have to figure out how to keep these things from falling over. I've been watching a lot of videos, and they're like, I had a disaster, my syrup fell over, and then they had to take apart the whole thing and clean everything. Yeah, I don't want that happening. I'm thinking about trying to find like an old 70s TV or record player console. That would be great for putting all my kitchen-y stuff in, but I think what I want to do, but I don't know if I can. My van's a little smaller than most vans, and it's a little narrower. I was thinking I could put something at the rear of the van that would house my plugs, my, tool type stuff, and any cookout kitchen stuff. Like if I want to take my stove and put it on a picnic table. I'd like to pull it out of the back to make my life easier. And maybe I've seen some people attach baskets to those back doors, and since, they're nothing special, those back doors, plus the windows have fallen out, I'll fix that. Um, I think that'd be a good place to put that. I want my bed right behind the driver's seat going widthways. So it'd be behind my driver's seat and behind the passenger seat in front. I'd have a narrow bed that I could just swing my legs around, get into the driver's seat, and go if I felt there was trouble afoot. And what else do I want to do? My potty is going to be very important, and what I'm going to have as a potty is, it's in my older videos, but I bought an even smaller bucket. I'm not sure why, because I have a hard time from crouch position to stand up, but I got a smaller one, and I put a swim noodle that I cut with a razor blade on one edge lengthways, and then I fit it to the bucket and then cut it off, so that's like your cushy toilet seat. And then I put quality kitchen garbage bags inside the bucket. I bring it out over the noodle. This way I don't have any bathroom cleaning to do. Plus, those swim noodles are porous and you don't want to go there. So, so the plastic bag will come out over, and pine pellets will go in the bag. Those things are amazing. You barely need a half a cup of them, and they just keep expanding, and they get very heavy. So I'm going to keep, a thing of pine pellets in my vehicle. Potty has to be there for nighttime. When I gotta go. And then I'll be able to just tie it up and dispose of it, So that's what I'm going to do with that. And I'll show you as I go along. Right now, he probably just got started on it, and he had a lot of vehicles in his hangar, whatever that thing was. And I assume mine's not the only one being worked on this week. So I'm trying to be patient, and I'm trying to make my videos fair, because if I say van life and there's no van yet, well, there's a van, it just isn't here. And I just, want to talk about some of my ideas and what I'm thinking of, what I'm trying to do. So, I would imagine, things for lunch will probably involve sandwiches and stuff. And nighttime, I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm not even hungry at night, and I don't know how I'll be feeling. I can always grab something from a grocery store, like a container of cottage cheese, and eat that. Or, there's just all kinds of possibilities with just being mobile, just being mobile. I'm a little scared. I'm really sad. I feel melancholy about leaving the family, but they're all very encouraging. Denny's like, no, Mom, get in that van. You're going to be able to see your children, all of them, whenever you want. He says, go see some things and have some adventures. And Michael is like, I'm really going to miss you and be sad, but I want you to do what you want to do. And Maggie's like, don't be feeling guilty about, not being here for us. She said, you need to go and have your adventures. And they're all correct, and Rachel's just very enthusiastic. She's like, we're going to this and we're going to that, because she wants to do, she's going to have a little RV that she has parked at a guy's place, and he's just so busy, he can't even get to it yet. And she's having this canned ham from the 60s, I don't know, 62, 64, I can't remember the year. She's having the canned ham completely redone. And because it's very lightweight, and she'll be able to pull it with her Kia Soul. She has a Kia Soul, I think. So that's what she wants to do. She's scared about pulling it. She says, Mom, the camper, next to my car is like 3 times the size, but very lightweight. I said, hey, look, I got a ball and hitch. If it comes to that and I'm not pulling anything, I'll pull yours and we'll just share a camp spot. And, they're not going to realize that I'm sleeping in my van and, 2 cars and a camper, that you can share the price of a camping spot. And she's from Texas and she's disabled, so she gets a discount at the parks. Just being a Texas resident, you get a discount at the parks. So, we might be able to do camping at 5 or 6 each a night, and that I can afford. Yeah. So she loves to cook, but she's having a really hard time with her stomach. Her heart issue might not be an issue. She went into the emergency room the other day. I'd said that her general practitioner, who I guess is an idiot, said she had had a heart attack, but the hospital said they're not seeing that at all with their EKG, and they said, go see a cardiologist anyway. Now she has 2 EKGs they could look at, and he's probably going to want to do one of his own, plus a stress test. She said, we're not seeing that at all. She says, you're healthier than a horse. Of course, the problem is she has all these other issues, like the psoriatic arthritis. I don't know what that was. It just fell over in the wind, but it was something. The psoriatic arthritis, and she's got that mast cell activation, and it's causing her severe allergies. She's allergic to everything. She's starting to use some homeopathy in hopes that she might be able to control it and start using less meds. The hospital said, you're on so many antihistamines, no wonder your stomach's bothering you, can't eat anything. So her and I are going to join forces for a while, if I can handle it. I love her, but she does have bipolar disorder, and it's kind of hard to handle. And she's a real hot ticket. She's a lot of fun, and she loves life and loves to live. She loves to talk, and she knows it. She says, I know I talk too much, Mom. I can't stop it. She can't shut it off, even with meds, and I'm a very quiet person. I don't know how this is going to go, but she said, Mom, when you need to walk away, you just go take a drive, go somewhere for a few days, and if you want, come back, and if you don't want, don't come back. My kids are really understanding. They're awesome. I'm really fortunate to have them all, and I'm looking forward to the holidays because Bonnie's coming on the 23rd, and I rented a place in Hudson. I made a deal on the side with this guy, and it's very affordable, and we'll be able to have a week together. Plus, we'll be, coming to the house for activities, and I think one of Michael's friends wants to have a party, and I believe we're invited. He's a really nice guy, I'm sure. I don't know if I'm going to go. I love family gatherings, togetherness, and fun times and laughs, but I don't like late nights past 11. I don't care to drink. I don't even care for marijuana for pain control anymore. I'm just sticking with my Flexeril and my meloxicam right now. And I know they're potent, and meloxicam's a dangerous drug, but it works. What can I say? It works. If eating a cleaner diet helps with the pain, I won't have to take even those. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know how my back, neck, and hands are going to do with a lot of driving. I have no clue, but here's the thing. I have all the time in the world. There's nothing to hold me. Nothing I've got to do. Except for drive or sit in one spot for a while. If it takes me a month to get to Rachel, it takes me a month. But I'm going to get there. And that's the long and short of it. Well, I've spoke my piece, and I'm sorry I couldn't go through the dollhouse stuff with you. It's just too windy. When those gusts come through, everything goes flying. As a matter of fact, I gotta secure that thing before it goes into the river. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Sorry it's gonna be a weird cutoff, but, you know, I'm not an editor. I hope the sound was good. We'll find out shortly. Bye.